Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You know you got Bird over here and you know you're rolling with Lanny, the Dividend Diplomats, and we are here yet again to bring you another video about the dividend stocks we bought this past week of July 5th.
Oh, before you do, smash that subscribe button. Give us that thumbs up, please. We are oh so close to crossing 10K subscribers. And wait,
You listen up, brothers. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers. We're almost there. We're about 500 or so away. We cannot wait to bring you that WWE wrestling theme inspired dividend stock video.
Yeah, we're planning it out. We're getting hyped up. We're going to be ready to go the minute we cross 10K subscribers. So please, everybody, thank you again. Please help us out. Let's get there. Maybe this week, let's push for it. Come on, people, help us out.
So this past week of July 5th, we stayed consistent and invested in the market. And you're going to find out, Bert and his wife, myself and my wife, we deployed a lot of cash or capital into the stock market. There were quite a few red days during this past week, weren't there, Bert?
Yeah, even though the market was closed on Monday and there were only 4 trading days, it was a pretty exciting week in the market. We did not sleep because, yeah, coming out of the 4th of July holiday, there was some negative sentiment in the market going around with some of the economic news. It caused a little...
Bert turning 32.
Yeah, that really turned the market upside down.
Had to.
Yeah, but I mean, and then by the end of the week, you know, we had the few red days, some concerns in. Naturally, right as we're really loading up our ammunition to put into the market turns green and tips back up at the end of the week. That seems to be how it goes.
Yeah, essentially you had down days on Tuesday and Thursday, but then by the end of the week on Friday, if you caught my last tweet, market's at record highs by the end of the week.
What a funny stock market we're in. But that's why we will always say we're always going to be doing stock research. We're always going to be trying to produce videos, write blog articles, finding undervalued stocks that when the market's pushing an all-time high, we can still find ways to deploy our capital. Like, we cannot emphasize how important it is to put your cash to work in buying those income-producing assets.
As the saying goes, it's always about time in the market versus timing the market. There was a couple quick opportunities this week, and if you thought it was going to be lower the next day or the next day, boom, record highs on Friday.
Always follow the metrics. The numbers don't lie. Ball doesn't lie, Lanny.
Ball don't lie. Detroit Pistons. Makes me upset being a Cavs fan from a couple of those years. But now let's get back into the dividend stocks we bought during this past week. You know, Bert and his wife, they have their consistently weekly investing strategy, and obviously my wife and I, we have ours as well. You know, Bert, I don't know, who would you like us to kick this off with this week?
I think you should. You kick it off every time, so why don't you? It was some exciting stuff this week too. There are going to be a little surprises here too for the viewers.
Well, for VYM, you know, for all the Vanguard lovers out there, my wife and I, we've hit the 1-year mark for doing this strategy. We each purchased our 3 shares on Tuesday's market open since, yes, as Bert said, Monday's was closed. We each bought 3 shares at $105.46 per share apiece, spending $632 on Vanguard's high dividend yield ETF. Again, the ticker symbol is VYM, and we added around $18. But
wait, there's more.
There's always more. Come Thursday, I decided, you know, again, we still have money in our Roth IRAs that has just been kind of sitting there waiting for some opportunities. And we each purchased more shares of Vanguard's VYM in our Roth IRAs. We purchased 3 more in mine at $103.33 a piece. We purchased 5 more shares in hers at $103.41. So in total, we dropped another $827.04, acquiring 8 more shares and producing 4 dividends of $24 extra.
So to run the numbers, make sure I'm doing this right, Lanny. Throughout the week, you and your wife added 14 shares of VYM with an average cost basis of somewhere probably in the 104.5 range. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice job taking advantage of that Thursday dip. That's why you have some of the cash on the sidelines. Yeah, you saw an opportunity. There was a hole that opened up and you ran right through it. So nice job. Congrats to you and your wife for that.
I ran through a hole.
Yeah. Yes, you did. You find the end zone when the line opens up a hole like that. But that's Lanny's weekly purchase. My wife and I still executed our weekly purchase on Tuesday. Johnson & Johnson, we each buy 1 share each. It's crazy how much Johnson & Johnson jumped up from last week. I was so pumped that last week we grabbed it around 164.5. I was pretty pumped up.
I macho man on it.
I was, and it was just exciting that Johnson & Johnson was coming down. It was hitting 170 earlier in the month. It was nice to see it 160. I was praying that I'd be able to get more in that range. This week though, price jumped up. While you grabbed one share each at 168, I grabbed it at 168.06. My wife at 168.19. In total, we each added $4.24 or $8.48 in aggregate.
So if those of you that don't know, Johnson & Johnson, a dividend king, probably one of the best foundational dividend stocks to buy. In fact, they're in our top 5 foundation stocks for your portfolio. Check that video. But Johnson & Johnson, we call them good old reliable.
Yep, and that's why we did the weekly purchase summary. Lanny likes VIM because the bucket, it's just a great group of dividend stocks, pays a nice yield, strong growth rate. Several months ago when I was doing research to try and find my own weekly purchase strategy, Johnson & Johnson jumped out because of their PE ratio that's always between 16 and 18, their strong dividend growth history, the long-term history, and a very solid payout ratio. So just been building this position between 157 and 170, and we're averaging out somewhere in the mid to high 60s.
There it is. The proof is in the pudding. The cream always rises. And guess what? That's a great segue into my next dividend stock purchase.
I want to see where you're going with this one.
I have no idea, but you guys will find out here. So if you haven't caught the watch list for July, the dividend stocks to buy this month of July, again, I don't just put out a list and say, hey, good luck, maybe you guys will buy it. No, I buy them. I buy the stocks. I do the buying. And I know Bert loves them. I love community banks, so I went in deep on Provident Financial Services. I bought a total of 15 shares. First, I bought 10 on the Tuesday at $21.98. But then on Thursday, I bought 5 more shares of Provident Financial Services, the $13 billion community bank over there in the upper Midwest area. In total, we added $13.80 in forward dividend income at an average yield of around 4.2-ish%.
Fantastic stuff, Lanny. Congratulations.
It's fantastic.
It is. I'm not sure where cream ties into banking. Maybe you got that free coffee in the lobby, throw some creamer in there. That's about the connection I have.
Hey, I don't use creamer. Come on, man.
I know. I'm trying to tie the segue together, but
Bert, what did you do?
All right. I
talked to community banks, but what did you do in the banking industry?
All right. I did also buy a community bank this week. I had a lot of little purchases that are going to aggregate up. So the one community bank we added twice in my portfolio this week, once on Wednesday the 7th, and then again 7-8 when it dipped. We added LCNB, a community bank based in Columbus, Ohio. They're just over $1 billion. Over the last few months have been building my position there. Their yield is getting very strong as the stock price continues to fall. They're yielding at the time of my purchase 4.67% on Wednesday, and then it dropped down when the price fell to 4.73 on that Thursday. So in total, we added 13 shares, and with dividend income in aggregate, we added $9.88 total. So yeah, we're pretty pumped up to keep building this position. I'll keep adding. You know what? If this price keeps falling for LCNB, it's going to be one that I'd love to try and sneak in a purchase or two with a 5% yield, but the price needs to fall. We love community banks, though.
Great yield, great overall purchase. There's nothing better than adding capital to a current position.
Yes, I do not like having to add another stock to my stock tracking spreadsheet.
One less stock to monitor, but hey, if it's undervalued, it's undervalued, and Bert found some value there. Now, Bert, before I go into my next round of purchases, I think you should still go.
Yeah, I should, because I have we bought, I told you, a lot of micro purchases.
This guy was on a buying spree over here.
Yeah,
he was like a kid at Walmart finding Pokemon cards on the shelf.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was like. I wonder why you brought that up, Lanny, but that's a different story for a different video. In seriousness, though, we didn't stop in the banking sector. This one was a large banking sector. Lanny talks about how we like to put our money where our mouth was. A few weeks ago, we compared JP Morgan, Bank of America, and Citigroup, the big three of banking. In the conclusion of that video, we were saying that Citibank is a screaming buy, and their price was in the low 70s at that time. Since that video launched, I don't know what we did. That price has just dropped. It has plummeted. It has gone down.
The DD poison?
I guess so. We really rallied up the troops to help short down Citibank. But I was slowly building my wife's position. We were over, I believe, at the time, but Price keeps falling. We're going to keep using this as an opportunity to lower our cost basis. So on Tuesday, we added 1 share at 68.28. And then on Thursday, the day of the dip, we added 1 more share to our portfolio at 66.79. So
you bought the dip.
We did. We really bought the Citibank dip. And I'll keep adding 1 share at a time for my wife's portfolio if that price keeps dropping. So what?
I love it. I love it.
$4.08 of dividend income with an average yield of 3.02%. Yeah, can't complain.
Can't.
People are probably tired of hearing me talk, Lanny, so let's transition over to you for a second.
All right, back to Lanny here. We bought 2 more different, adding 2 current positions here. Well, we'll start with the Pfizer spinoff of their Upjohn business with Mylan. Created the company called Viatris, VTRS. They've also announced a nice, they have a nice dividend as well. Very young company. I would call it almost like a legacy cash flow company that this healthcare pharmaceutical is going to be. Ticker symbol again is VTRS. So on Thursday, July 8th, I bought 3 more shares, nothing significant here, at $13.75. Deployed a total capital of only $41.25, adding a whopping $1.32 in forward income.
But wait, okay, let's stop there because the yield is 3.20%. So
it's true.
That's great. That's a great return and a great yield there for putting that cash to work.
Give me my 10 cents a month.
Hey,
now
I need it. That is something that I must have. But great little addition there, Lanny. Keep building that position 1 little stone at a time. Just keep pushing yourself forward to financial freedom. That's what it's about.
So, Bert, what did you do?
Speaking of adding to positions that we've been buying lately and we've been talking about in our website and our YouTube channel here, SpartanNash, we just grabbed a very small amount on Tuesday. 5 more shares, $18.29 total dollars, $91.43, so just under $100.
Keep averaging down.
Yeah, I will continue lowering that cost basis. I'd love to get to about $2,000 in SpartanNash overall.
Shares.
Yeah, I'm getting close, but I'll keep working, I'll keep adding, keep lowering that cost basis till we get to 100. This added $4 to my dividend income going forward at a yield of 4.38%. Yeah, they really are falling after.
At 100 shares, your reinvestment, you'll add a share every time the dividend comes in.
Yeah, it's a great point, Lanny. So
right.
What was your...
It's like, is it good?
It was, yeah. It was a good point. What was your final stock purchase for the week?
Last purchase for my wife's portfolio. We put out a video, if you haven't seen it already, Walgreens WBA. Did you buy the dip? Give us a thumbs up right now. Smash that subscribe button if you bought the dip for Walgreens. They had a great earnings release. Sales are up, earnings are up, outlook is up, debt is down, stock price is down. Stock price is down on Walgreens, well over 10% down. So on Thursday, July 8th, we bought 1 whole share from my wife's account at $46.73, $1.87 in dividends at 4% dividend yield.
Clearly I like that purchase because we also added to Walgreens multiple times in the week.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. That video helped us realize just how undervalued Walgreens was and how good of a chance it was to lower our cost basis.
The deals are so good.
Yeah, because they are great. And we got to get those free Walgreens dollars. Keep buying stuff supporting that stock. Shameless plug. But in total, we added it was 3 shares to my portfolio and 9 shares total to my wife's portfolio. We added 12 shares total with putting in $562.65 for the week, our largest stock in aggregate that we purchased this last week. So we saved the best for last year. Total dividend income, $22.44 at an average yield of 3.99%.
Can't argue with that. I mean, that's a lot of capital. The question is was that it for you guys?
Yes, it was. We stalled out for the week, but we have some more ready to go for if the market continues to dip, or so we can keep adding to Walgreens or other undervalued stocks.
It's hard. It's hard out there. So I understand every investor. It's hard to find very, kind of like non-crazy dividend stocks that you don't have to stay up at night monitoring and watching. Hopefully, our selections here gives you a little bit of that, a little bit of hope that there are undervalued stocks in this record-breaking stock market. Bert, you want to give us a little summary of the total capital you did, total dividend, and the average yield?
Yep. So after our purchases at Johnson & Johnson, Walgreens, SpartanNash, Citi, and LCNB.
Man, you got a whole basketball lineup there.
We do. I wonder if they'd make the playoffs right now. Probably. Yeah, we'd probably get the playing game. I would take this. Yeah. I'd roll my dice with this dividend stock portfolio.
You got a couple aristocrats in there. I mean, can't knock it.
Yeah, we added in total $1,334.87. We added $48.88, so it's very close to $50 total. The average yield on purchase price there was 3.66%.
Solid average yield. And this was all on your taxable account too.
Yeah, we're really trying to build up the taxable account here so we can eventually one day start living off that dividend income.
Who wants to live off the dividends, baby?
Yeah, what about you, Lanny? Let's see your basketball squad.
So in total, we dropped $1,875.08 this past week. Obviously, there was a lot of that in the retirement account. Specifically $827. So you can roughly say $1,000 was in our taxable and a little over $800 was in the retirement account. In total, we added $58.99, almost to $60, at an average yield of 3.15%. Always trying to get that yield at or above 3% if I can help it. Obviously, if there's a good growth to the dividend yield, say if it's 1.5 to 2.5%, I'll still obviously consider that.
And remember too, we're getting exposure to those dividend stocks and VYM. They're going to be a presence there for you, Lanny. They're going to be in a lot of your other Vanguard ETFs.
Let's see the Q3 dividend for Vanguard. I gotta hope that that's larger than last year's Q3. Dang it.
Let's go. It will be. So tell us your purchases for the last week. We want to hear what stocks you are buying. What other undervalued dividend stocks are you seeing that we didn't buy this week or that you want us to look into in future dividend stock analysis videos?
Guys, let's get there. Let's keep investing. I know it's hard. Share your thoughts on undervalued stocks that you think are out there right now. Smash the like button. Give us a subscription to this channel so you don't miss a beat from the Dividend Diplomats. That was Bert and this is Lanny, again, from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.